All right, Carson family, I want to show you what's going on with Emmitt and talk to you a little bit about his training and sort of what we've diagnosed with Emmitt and sort of a plan of action moving forward, what we're going to do with him. What you're going to notice right now is Emmitt is being wild and crazy. This is pretty typical, sort of what I call default mode Emmitt. Now, this is the kind of behavior that you guys have seen, and you know, John and I have talked about him being wild and out of control, barking, excited, just being a maniac. Now, the thing we got to remember with Emmitt is he is an adolescent, meaning he is relatively close to adult size, but up here he's still a kid. So what we have to do, the first and most important thing we have to do with Emmitt is we have to establish when it is time for him to be able to be a kid. Like right now, I have not done anything to tell him that it's not okay to be wild and crazy. But once he understands it's time to work, then we're gonna make it the rules change. Let me show you the difference. Emmitt, hey, come here. Hey, right here. Now, as soon as we put this leash on him, and as soon as I start making demands, and as soon as my tone and my body language changes, he understands, all right, playtime's over. Emmitt, sit. And we don't need to be mean. We don't need to be forceful. We don't need to be hurtful. We don't need to be harsh. But we do need to be firm. We need to be businesslike. Emmitt is a dog that is going to destroy your life if you are not firm and have very clear expectations with him. Now, look at the way he is looking at me, and he is focused on me, waiting for me to tell him what we're gonna do next. This is what we want. We want him to shift from I can be playful and run around and be wild to, okay, I need you to focus. Let's talk about what we're gonna accomplish today. Now, Emmitt is very smart. He is very intelligent, and he will live in playtime as long as he can get away with it. Now, when we are going to give the dog a command, when we are going to have him do something, we have to remember the dog does not speak English. So what we have to do is we have to teach him to do the thing before we say the word. Now, obviously, you guys have worked on some of this. Emmitt picked it up very quickly. Clearly, you spent some time addressing these things. And he knows what it means to sit, and he knows what it means to come and to do those sorts of commands. So, he is a very intelligent dog, but we need to make sure he understands when it's time to play and when it's time to focus on what I want him to do. Now, the easiest way for him to understand that is when we put the leash on him. When I put the leash on him, he is right here at my side. He should sit here quietly. He should be patient. He should not be wiggling around, and he should be under control. When he's under control, nothing bad can happen. And this doesn't matter if we're talking about the dog sitting in a duck blind, or if we're talking about a dog who is just going to a family get-together, and there's gonna be kids and stuff around. We want him to understand, you've got to be calm when I tell you it's time to be calm. And Emmitt can understand this. He is certainly capable. We just need him to understand the difference. So, let's talk a little bit about what we want to teach him. Obviously, we want to teach him to sit. All right, that's the first thing we're going to do is we need him to sit. The second thing I want him to do is I am going to get him to walk politely on a leash. When I say politely, that means no pulling, right? And so that means we're going to be using the heel command. When we have the dog at heel, we want his nose to be in front of me. We want the base of his tail to be behind me, and we want him to be about a foot away from the side of my left side. So long as he is within there, he can move a little. There's some wiggle room in there, but we need him to be under control, and he should not pull on the leash. Here's how we do that, okay? The trick is we have to teach him when he is not doing what we want. What we want him to do is we want him to have the lead loose. The whole time he's been sitting here being an angel, the lead has been loose. That's comfortable, right? But as soon as I want him to do something different than what he is doing, the lead is going to get tight. And that means you need to change your behavior. Right, now, again, we don't need to be harsh. We don't need to be mean. We certainly don't want to hurt him. But we do want him to feel pressure, and we want him to feel a stimulus that was not there so that he will respond. So here's what this is going to look like. All right. Good boy. Good boy. And when he looks at me, we tell him, good boy. We want him to focus on me. Good. Emmitt, heel. Come on. Good. heel. Good. Emmitt, sit. Boy. So, there's a couple things going on here. He did a really nice job there. I'm happy with Emmitt. And hopefully when John sees this, he'll understand what I mean about how much more in control he is when he is only with me than when he's here, especially when the kids are here. And we've even got some distractions going on. I've got some goose decoys on the field. This is one of our airing yards. Dogs go out here to do their business. There's all kinds of smells in this yard. So there's a lot of distractions, but yet he focuses on me. We made some good turns. He followed along. He never challenged me. He never tried to pull and lunge away. And so it was very comfortable for him. And he enjoys this. Now, those are the first two basic things. We need him to sit. We need him to walk politely on a leash. Third thing we're going to teach him is how to come when called. We're going to do that by simply extending the heel idea. Here's what I mean. I'm going to pull him towards me and say, Emmitt, here, when he is away from me, and pull him into the heel position. Let me show you what that looks like. Heel. Good boy. Emmitt, here. Heel. Sit. Good boy. Heel. Sit. Good boy. Now, lots of things are going on there, and he did a very nice job. And Emmitt will work very well for praise. He loves to be told he's a good boy. And Emmitt is telling me with his body language, he's very happy, he's very confident, he feels good about this, he even enjoys it. So those are sort of our basic beginning parts of our obedience training. Now, the next thing we're going to add to this is we're going to start to teach him that if he is sitting here politely, he's going to be able to get to go retrieve. So those are the things that we're going to be adding along the way. And he is a very intelligent dog, and he's putting together very nicely. I think we've got a great start on his obedience. I think he's an intelligent dog, very capable, very healthy, and we've got a lot of potential in him. I see a lot of potential. We just need some time to bring it out. But he's doing great. He's a very good boy. Now, watch what happens when I take the leash off him and I tell him that we're finished. All right, all done. Good boy, all done. He's gonna run off like a wild man. Oh, he's gonna get the dummy. Okay. Good boy. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh. You can see he's all back into play mode. He immediately goes back into, wee, let's have fun. I'm gonna be a wild man. Very quickly he makes that shift. He understands the difference. This is a sign of intelligence. This is a smart, capable dog. We just need some time to get him polished up.